Hello.
How are we?
We all right?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're
We're back.
We're back.
It's Bearded Opinion episode 574.
Point two.
Point two.
What a
no, we're
month.
not that far in, but we are approaching the 30s now. It is. We are starting to get close.
Yeah, we're getting through.
We've got a similar sort of setup for you today, as usual with the Bearded Opinion. However, we're going to focus our gaming on the E3 announcements.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into great detail about every game. We're just going to tell you some of the games we're excited to see. And
We might give you a quick. We are in episode 31.
Oh, right, so we are in the 30s. So just give you a bit of a roundup on the E3. We'll obviously leave the link to the site we're using for that, which is pushsquare.com.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to you about what little in filming is coming out, but
There's like a few right at the start of the month,
there's
but
a
then
couple coming out.
It pitters off.
And then, as usual, we've got some news stories from the Metro, just to sink our teeth into and tell you a bit what's going around in the country.
And give our opinion on people's idiocy.
Indeed. Right, so we'll kick off with the films, because E3, I think, is going to be a bigger section today.
Agreed.
So we're going to start straight off with a film that's coming out in like 5 days for you guys, which is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is going to be a little bit strange in the timelines as to where this is, but this is before Infinity War.
Yes.
And
in theory, it will explain why Ant-Man isn't in Infinity War, and possibly even why Hawkeye isn't in Infinity War.
Yes.
That's just a theory.
I mean, they're not in Infinity War Part 1, but I think they are in Part 2.
I think that Clint and Ant-Man will most definitely be in 2, because they're going to, let's be honest, the ones who are left need help. And if you don't know that characters die in Infinity War Part 1 by now, then
I've not even watched
that's
Infinity
your
War
own
Part
fault.
1, and I know 90% of the cast is dead. So, but that's what Marvel do.
Speaking of that, just before we continue, there was, you know, these bullshit fuck off! You know these bullshit fan theories that come out? In Cap, Civil War, the ones on the right side of the table, which was Vision, War Machine, Falcon, and a few other... The ones on the right-hand side of the table are the ones that die, and the ones that on the left, which was Cap, somebody, and a couple of others, are the ones that are still alive. And then Tony's off in one corner, on the left. And they're claiming this symbolises that the people on the right are going to die, the people on the left are going to stay alive, and Tony will be alive, but over there on his own, it's like... No, that was perchance.
Yeah, it was just the way that they took the pic. Although it wouldn't be unlike Marvel to hide silly little things like that.
But I think this one's grasping.
But we never know, and unfortunately we never get told these things by Marvel or anything either. They just leave us to go in our own little fantasy theory worlds and then just sit there probably behind computer screens pissing themselves laughing at our idiocy.
Probably.
But
All going, oh, I like that. We'll steal that.
Yeah,
That's the thing. You've got to remember, guys, that when you write these theories, be it a game, a movie, or whatever, quite often...
If the theory holds together really well, like it
and
is
what they've got
ironclad,
in their rough plan for the future, they'll steal your idea.
Yeah.
And you can then sit there going, hey, I was right. But they probably read your theory on Reddit and went,
that's quite
I'll
good.
steal that.
Nick that.
We'll nick that, lad.
But Ant-Man and the Wasp, this is going to be moving on to introduce the fact that the Wasp is going to be fighting with Ant-Man. Basically, she's going to help Ant-Man be Ant-Man.
Yeah.
He, as Ant-Man in this, although it is Ant-Man and the Wasp, I do know from, I think, a trailer that he's definitely going to be Giant Man in this film as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I'm looking forward to it because the first Ant-Man film was a really funny Marvel film.
It was.
For me, Ant-Man was a lot like watching Deadpool. It was watching one of these people that you know for a fact they're kind of their actual real life personas, a bit more of like the anti-hero type of person. But when they need to be, they can be a hero. I like the Ant-Man theory anyway, because, just mainly because he's another one of these superheroes that's mainly based around science.
Yeah.
So that's why I like Iron Man. I like the fact that
it's
his superheroism is something that you could potentially
to be fair, I like
get to.
I like a lot of the Marvel heroes for that reason of a lot. Cap's on science, Spider-Man's on science, Hulk's science.
Yeah.
Vision is science and magical
science and mystical universal
but
power.
a lot of them are Rocket Raccoon science.
Yeah.
A lot of them are based in science of it's not going to happen tomorrow or even next year, but in the future
it would potentially be possible to have something similar. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
We ain't going to be able to build an arc reactor because, for a start off, the science just doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Same
we
as
would
the
have to.
Same as the repulsor. It also doesn't exist.
If we invented those things, Albert Einstein will get out his grave and go, "Fuck! I need to write a new theory now, you bastards."
But of course, if something similar to these things could be created in the future, they will be.
Yeah.
What we're saying. So I like the fact that I like these heroes that are potentially achievable because it's science rather than just Superman's an alien from another planet or
Aquaman's the god of the sea, or Wonder Woman's Wonder Woman's had about 600 origin stories.
Wonder Woman is either a goddess or
a clay statue brought to life by Zeus or something.
A lot of different things, but that's why Batman is supposed to be the best hero because he is just a man that dresses in a suit and is really good at fucking fighting people.
Yeah, and Flash is the weirdest one because he's science but also time travel because Flash who's the main one? Barry, is it the main one? Barry Allen, the main Flash.
Yes, Barry. Yeah.
Right. And you know there was the one before him from the Silver Age that wore the funny hat.
Yeah.
Barry created the Speed Force after he became the Flash, which allowed him to create this original Flash and in turn create himself.
Yeah.
So it's like I say, it's science mixed with time travel. So Flash is...
Though time travel, once again, is a scientific type theory.
Yeah,
so,
but it's weird.
Batman and the Wasp, I think it'll be good because obviously we've already been introduced to the Wasp.
Yeah.
Okay, she was basically in the first film, just didn't have the suit. But
it looked like she was about to put it on near the end, and you were like, "Yes, am I going to see that?" You bastards!
But we knew this was going to happen. I'm really looking forward to it because
we knew it was going to happen because Marvel can't keep a film title in their pants for 5 minutes.
No, and neither can Tom Holland.
No,
considering the fact he's just released again spoilers for the next Spider-Man film.
Yeah, they really need to stop giving him the script. Just give him the page on the day of filming. Yeah,
just learn this now. But no, I'm looking forward to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Paul Rudd is one of my favourite comedy actors because he's just one of these really expressive type people, and I liked him as Ant-Man, and I think that his relationship with Evangeline, who's playing the Wasp, is really good on screen, so it makes it work a lot better.
Yeah, their chemistry is really good together on screen.
So no, I'm really looking forward to it, and like I say, that's coming out on the 6th, guys. Also on the 6th,
the first Purge.
We've got the first Purge. Now this is a prequel to the other Purges. This is about the first ever Purge.
Yeah, the government's gone, we need to kill some people.
Yeah, the government have tried to, they've gone with this psychological theorem that if people release all their anger in one night, then they won't commit crime throughout the rest of the year. It's a good theory. It's a very potential theory for having a lot of truth to it. However, being American governments, as they are, they play dirty and send in Marines and soldiers
special forces
to basically make sure that the Purge
people
works
they don't want
are killed.
Yeah.
So no, I think for me the first Purge was a really great film. Not this one. I mean the first Purge film, not the first Purge.
He means the Purge, not
Purge.
the first Purge. Yes. It was a
really good film. But then I think that as they started releasing more Purge films, I was like, it's
the second one I liked because I think that's what the Purge was meant to be.
Yes.
But then they had the Purge Independence Day, the third.
Yeah,
one.
the last Purge, where basically a woman was trying to stop the Purge from continuing, which, to be fair, you would expect that would happen quite a lot.
Of course it would. There's always going to be that person who...
And obviously it was showing you that people were actively travelling in from around the rest of the world to take part in something that was basically illegal everywhere else.
Yeah, because these other countries stopped flights into America 2 weeks before the Purge.
Yeah, to stop people so they couldn't go over and commit these atrocities, basically.
Yeah, you'd have to go there for a damn long time.
Basically. This film isn't going to have
Germans and Russians and English and
No,
Spanish.
and also it's also not going to have a happy-ish ending because we know that this doesn't stop the Purge because the Purge has to continue.
in the other ones, there's always the one that survives the night.
Yes, there's always going to be the survivor, and in this, I like this one because what they're showing you is that the people that these ex-soldiers were going in to kill are better fighters.
Yeah,
They're focusing heavily on one particular group of friends who are just like, yeah, this shit ain't going down.
yeah.
Basically, and that's why, although I weren't interested in some of the Purge films, this one I am interested in because I like the theory behind
I've
it.
seen them all. I like horror. I love the idea of the Purge. If you guys come over to my Twitch, it's actually my mini game.
Yeah.
That you know, on Twitch, a lot of channels have the raid mini game or I've got a Purge one. It's based off the same.
For me,
algorithm.
I think that what they could do with the Purge, not necessarily make it into a game, but some games, for instance, like Grand Theft Auto, especially online, they could have like a Purge game mode where basically they drop you off in the middle of Los Santos or whatever else, and you have to survive an hour, but you are not just killing other players, you have to kill civilians as well, and you have to get the highest death count.
So like a Battle Royale type game mode, but
it's kill everything on site, not just other game players, but also leave the civilians there, because your idea at the end of the game mode would be to have the highest kill count of everything.
If you get killed, do you respawn?
No.
Okay.
That's what I would do. You see, I would have it where it's basically even if it was just like an event-style game mode that only happened once a day,
or once a week, or whatever,
and it happened. Even if they could potentially have it where it's like an 8-hour game mode, and you can join at any point of the event, but if you want to get the best score, you need to be there at the start, and you need to be going in. And I think
how
they could
would
really
you do it? Do you at the start? Would you have everyone? Say they did it in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Would you have everyone bring in what they've already got in game, or do you drop everyone? You've got a knife, and there are crates of guns and ammo.
No, I don't. I wouldn't want to bring it so much like a battle royale game where it's like it's that much of survival. I would have it a bit more like when you're in the game lobby. You're able to choose 3 weapons: a melee, a sidearm, and a weapon.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what that weapon is. It could be an RPG, it could be an assault rifle. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You choose a gun that you think is going to get you the best kills.
I'm assuming you'd have ammo drops in game.
Yeah, there'd be ammo about the game, but it would be more a case of, to get ammo in game, you would have to kill other players
or the NPCs
the NPCs that carry weapons. Like, I would still have the police in the game, but I wouldn't have the star system. So because it's supposed to be purged, there is no law.
Yeah, you're not going to get arrested.
So I would have the map. I would have the map filled with the police, but not just the normal police, like the SWAT police in game, the army, the Secret Service. Have them all there, so that way then there is better guns to be able to find and whatnot. But you lose a gun if you pick one up.
Yeah.
I think it would make a really good and interesting. Like I said, I don't think it'd be enough to make a game. Now, if it would make a game, for me, it would be an episodic game. It would have 5 episodes. You'd start at the start.
You're saying Telltale.
Yeah. If I was to do a Telltale style version of this, it could work, because you could choose one night. You choose a story similar to like the first Purge or one of the other Purge stories. You start off as a character.
Just a random Purge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just pick a random Purge.
But has enemies, because what we've noticed in these films, that everyone in these films are surviving.
Piss someone off.
Have pissed someone off just before, and that's who they're surviving from. So I would have it where you start off and you piss off somebody, and then your 5 episodes, first episode is basically before Purge night.
Yeah.
So getting the relationships started.
How you interact with certain characters. So say you've got Bill and Bob.
Yeah.
And Bill and Bob don't like each other. Which one of them you
side with
will
every NPC
determine who is hunting you in the Purge.
Every NPC in the game that you talk to, you have the ability during one conversation to say something that would piss them off enough that they become an enemy and hunt you during the Purge.
You can basically wank them off, and at some point during the game, over the next 4 episodes, they'll pop up and go, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, and help you.
Yeah.
And I think that Telltale could potentially do something like that. We've seen how good they are at doing things like The Walking Dead and stuff like that. I know that things like Walking Dead, they base that a lot off comics and stuff like that.
That's very much in the style of the graphic novels, and it's again their own story, which I like about The Walking Dead. It's ignoring the similarities between the comic and the TV show. If you then sidestep that and go into the games, no, I'm not including the fucking Daryl Dixon one, because let's be honest, that was a fan service
No, I mean,
game.
realistically, when we're talking about the Walking Dead games, we mean the Telltale games, because they were the best Walking Dead games.
But also the mobile game, again, it's other survivors, because we know Rick's group, let's just call it Rick's group, that includes every fucker he ever meets, is one story.
Yeah.
There are people all over the world, all over America, still trying to survive.
Yeah. And that's why, funnily enough, the Walking Dead spin-off show is doing better, currently, than the Walking Dead main series.
Yeah.
But let's not get into that.
No,
but no, I think the first
Purge
Purge will be a great film.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think that there is the potential that I can see a Purge game somehow coming into reality. I think if it's going to be a standalone game, it needs to be an episodic Telltale. If it's going to be anything else, it needs to be put into games such as GTA, Saints Row, one of these open world games with a lot of civilians.
And for God's sake, don't make a battle royale game out of it.
No.
It's very easy to.
Yeah,
you could literally download Fortnite and reskin the fucking thing.
See, I think it would work better in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds than Fortnite.
Alright, fair enough. But you know what I mean? You could literally download any of the pre-existing
world maps, and then turn it into a Purge story.
Redo some of the textures.
Basically, the Purge is a deathmatch.
Yeah, it is.
It's a standalone deathmatch, but I think that there is the potential that you could turn it into some sort of horror survival episodic game, or a game mode within something like Grand Theft Auto. I think it would work quite well.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
If you like the Hotel Transylvania films, there's a third one coming out. I like the first one. But
I like the first. I like them. I'll say I'm not. You guys know I'm not the kid film fan. You know, if he says, "Oh, go and take your kids to see this one," I sort of sit there and grumble for 10 minutes. But no, I actually like this series, and so I mean, I'll be dragged to watch this, no doubt. But I don't mind.
For all of you guys out there that love The Rock, he's got a new film coming out soon called Skyscraper. I've seen the trailers. I get the theory behind the film.
Well, he's meant to have lost a leg and he's trying to save his family,
but at the same time, like, it's just, like, I mean, everyone was taking the piss out of the poster. When this poster came, not this poster that we can see here, but there was a poster where it shows The Rock jumping onto the skyscraper off a crane.
Oh, and they were doing the physics, weren't they?
People did the physics, and if they can't even get something as basic as that right...
Yeah, but it's like...
I get it's Hollywood, I get it's a film, I get that they have to over-exaggerate things, but I still think that certain things like that, they could have done better to make it a little bit more realistic.
I know what you mean, but...
But anyway, it'll be a film, it's an action film, it's The Rock, so it'll probably be watchable.
I mean, I'm probably going to wait till it's out on
it's not something
Netflix.
It's not something
I'm not paying for
see.
the cinema for it, no chance.
What else have we got coming out? For all of you Mamma Mia fans, the next Mamma Mia film is out on July 20th. Now, here's a film that's coming out that I love the first one.
I've not seen the first one.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, I've not seen the first one.
Okay, so the first...
The fuck accent did I just pull off
I don't
then?
know. So, there's a film coming out called The Equalizer 2. Now, I'm assuming that it's gonna follow the same theorem as the Equalizer film back from like the 90s or the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It should be an alright action film. It's Denzel Washington. To my knowledge, he does really good action films that I've seen him in. Yeah. So it should be a relatively good film. Mark Wahlberg's got a film coming out, Mile 22. Not a clue what that's about. Some sort of
an elite American intelligence officer.
So it's an
aided
American...
by a top secret tactical command unit, tries to smuggle a mysterious police officer with sensitive information at a country.
It's basically an American spy film.
Yeah.
This film I am looking forward to coming out. It's the next and potentially the last Mission Impossible film.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
People say it's potentially the last
I mean,
one.
I would believe this one could be, because they are seemingly, from what I've seen, even if they continue on Mission Impossible films, I don't see Ethan Hunt playing a major part in them for much longer.
Well, Tom Cruise, no offence to the bloke, he's getting on in
He's in
it.
his 50s now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this one...
But then we can't say much, because look at Arnold and Sylvester.
Bruce.
Yeah. Chuck.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in his 80s now, isn't he?
So, Mission Impossible films, they always started out really well. I've always been a fan.
Yeah, I don't mind him. I can tell you the plot without watching the film.
Well, yeah, of course you can. But it's one of these... it's an American spy film that's basically completely over the top. They decided to
basically built to compete with... written to compete with James Bond.
Yes, it was a TV series that was written as a way of bringing it onto the TV screen to take away the emphasis of the silver screen of James Bond. So, for me...
money, Penny.
For me, I really like the Mission Impossible films now because of the cast that they've got in them. I think the cast is really strong. Jeremy Renner, you've got Simon Pegg, and
see, I loved Simon Pegg. Who's the black guy as well that he banters with? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't think.
Those two chemistry is almost as good as Simon Pegg and
Nick Frost.
Thank you.
I'm really.
You knew I was getting lost there.
In this as well, I believe that the bad guy is Henry Cavill. So we can now see, because Cavill has always done a lot of films. Superman, he's always played the hero. He's always the good guy. If he is the bad guy in this, and from what I've seen from trailers, he looks like he is. This should be brilliant because I've always looked at Henry Cavill, and with his face, he looks like a bad guy.
Yes,
I think he can pull off
That's
those...
what he did in Justice League, where he was evil for all of 5 minutes, because heaven forbid that anyone sees Superman as anything more than the personification of good and right in the world.
Yeah.
That bit
was brilliant.
Yeah. But then it was kind of like, oh, he's back.
He's back, yeah.
All
is forgiven, he's back.
I'd have rathered a Justice League film where the whole thing is Superman's been brought back to, is brought back to life. And they have to,
for me,
over the film, stop him, fight him, and turn him back. So the next Justice League film would have been the one we already have, if that makes sense.
For me, the whole thing that ruined the Justice League film, and I'm going to say ruined here, I know it's a strong term, but it was Superman.
It was Superman and Friends, yeah.
I'm sorry, but the whole point of the Justice League was to show that there are more heroes in the world than just Batman and Superman, and these guys...
And Wonder Woman.
And Wonder Woman.
They are the Power Three. But this was to show that all of them need to work together.
The fact that they basically went along with the whole theory that none of the heroes that exist currently can defeat the evil.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Superman turns up. Oh, is this guy bothering you? Boom! And smash him across the earth. It's like... So basically, this could have just been a Superman film.
Yeah.
And that's what ruined it. I think.
And that's the thing. The whole idea of Justice League is they're meant to work together.
Yeah.
Because there's times when Superman cannot just punch his way out. So Batman has to go, right, let me get my brain on this. And then they realise that So then Wonder Woman grabs a lasso and sees a guard and grabs him and goes, what's the code?
Yeah.
And then he goes, the code is this, but you'll never get through in time. So Flash then has to run at the door, punch in the code, and run through the other side to turn the power on.
It's just like you had the Flash. He was running to try and save those people, and he was going to get there, but then all of a sudden, Superman's there anyway.
Because it's a younger Flash who's not the fastest man alive yet.
Because he's still not got his confidence yet.
And he's still not got the full power of the Speed Force
yet. So,
but...
It's just DC, the whole thing. DC could have done that a lot better. I think that realistically... I think that although the Flash is young Flash, I think that they should have given him his full abilities.
They should have done, yeah.
Because if Marvel are going to give the Hulk the ability to control himself from pretty much the first film.
Well, the second one.
Well, from the first Avengers film, not from the Hulk films, but from the first Avengers film, the Hulk is suddenly able to control himself. Like, no, he can't.
But the thing is, especially with Batman being the older Batman.
Yeah.
They should have definitely had the Flash at basically full power.
Yeah.
And the fact compensate.
Another thing that really annoyed me is that you know for a fact that Wonder Woman is just as strong as Superman, but
she's like, most of the time, she's like millimeters below him in strength. There are occasions when, and I'm just going off straightforward Superman, not Superman Prime, red, blue, green, gold,
or evil,
whatever.
or whatever else.
None of those. I'm going straightforward Superman. There are times when Wonder Woman surpassed him and he surpassed her. They tag a lot and who's stronger.
Because Superman is an alien from another race that becomes godlike
Under a yellow
because
sun.
of the sun. Wonder Woman in the DC cinematic universe is the child of a god.
Yeah.
She is
She's a
god.
demigod. She is Thor, but she is Thor, basically.
Yeah, so basically she should always be as strong or just about as strong as Superman. And yet in the film they played her as weaker.
Yeah.
And that's not
don't
right.
get me wrong, she was definitely the second strongest.
Yes.
Although, to be fair, that was never answered, because in some scenarios it seemed that they tried to put Aquaman was stronger than Wonder Woman, and that's
never going to happen.
In the film, that's what they seem to show, that on occasion Wonder Woman and Aquaman, they're about on
because
par, but
Aquaman in the films is a direct lineage to
Poseidon. Yeah.
And obviously she's direct lineage to
Zeus.
No.
Yeah.
No, because didn't it explain in the film that she's not? Her dad was what's his name?
You mean the Ares?
Ares, yeah. I'm pretty sure they said in the film.
But either way,
yeah, she's the daughter of Ares.
She's either Ares or Zeus, who are both much more powerful than Poseidon.
Well, one's the god of war, and one is the god of gods.
Yeah, so both of them are stronger than the god of, no offense, fish.
Yeah, the god of. Well, no, because technically he's got Poseidon's power, which would make him he is the god of the ocean.
But he's only got Poseidon's power. Why he's got the trident?
Well, yes, he's got Poseidon.
And although he would be stronger than Batman, the Flash, or Cyborg.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be as strong
as
Wonder
But there's another
Woman.
thing, you see. Cyborg is supposed to have come from Kryptonian technologies.
Yes.
So, therefore, he should be able to be not as strong as nowhere near as strong as Superman, but able to be like as
hold
strong
his
as
own against Aquaman.
Yeah, well, definitely, but I would say more than Aquaman, because if he's built from Kryptonian technology, and as a cyborg, you would somewhere in your head that would believe, well, training cyborg. So therefore, you would see him as maybe like able to train with Superman, because if he's made out of Kryptonian metals, then surely that would counteract Kryptonian power.
I think the reason is, I would put him on par with Aquaman, because although Kryptonians are strong on their own planet,
yeah,
you've got to remember, Superman is beyond any other Kryptonian ever because of the yellow sun.
Well, until Kryptonians are on Earth.
That's another story.
Yes,
but
still,
he would be out, because my thing is, the way I've understood it through reading various comics and watching various TV shows is, Aquaman is about on par with an everyday Kryptonian, or not an everyday, an elite Kryptonian.
Yeah.
So Zod and his friends, when they were on Krypton, not on Earth, on Krypton. So he will be able to hold his own against Aquaman, but not Superman or Wonder Woman, because they are above him. But either way, Superman in that film was made far too powerful. He needs knocking down.
You see, another thing about Cyborg, I know Cyborg's always supposed to be that sort of dry talking, straightforward type of bloke, but at the same time, I don't think they've really played up to how smart Cyborg actually is yet in the films.
I think that will be in the Cyborg film.
I hope so, because to be fair, Cyborg is supposed to be ultra intelligent.
Well, what you've got to remember is, Cyborg as a human was incredibly good at football.
Yeah.
So naturally, he was gifted. But, and the comics touch on this a lot, he got a football scholarship. Now, remember in America, and Americans will back me up on this, to get a scholarship in America,
you have to have good grades.
your sports, you can get a sports scholarship, you still have to get good enough grades to be able to graduate high school, for one, and then you've still got to use your grades to graduate college, because if your grades slip,
you get kicked out.
Well, you either get kicked out or you get kicked off the team, which means you lose your scholarship, which means you've got to start finding several thousands of dollars, which, yes, don't get me wrong, Cyborg's dad could afford, but he was smart enough to... He was smart. He was very good at football, which, let's be honest, top players are quite smart, because do you understand when you see these fucking diagrams with O's and X's and...
No.
Dot, dot, but he did.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was stupidly good at the game. So he's smart, and he did really well in school, so he's very smart, and he was good at football, and I really hope it shows that in Cyborg 2.
So there's a 10-minute DC conversation about Mission Impossible Fallout.
Only we could relate Mission Impossible to.
Well, no, that's only because of one man.
Yeah,
Superman.
But
Cavill.
yeah,
Fat Cavill, as apparently he was called in school.
yes.
You
know what? I love it when you sit, because you know what always gives the fat kids when they used to be fat away. Look under the chin,
Yeah.
because Vin Diesel used to be fat as well, and if you look under his chin, he's got that
Got
little
that little flabby bit.
yeah. Because that is the hardest part of any fatness to get rid of.
And just because we've just been talking about basically DC and superheroes, on the same day as Mission Impossible Fallout, if you really want to, you can go and watch Teen Titans Go to the movies. I recommend you don't, but to be fair,
your boots.
in terms of voiceover stars, they have got a relatively strong cast.
Yes.
Nick Cage, Kristen Bell, Will Arnett, Tara Strong, very big names at the moment. So it may be alright to watch. I'll probably watch it because I do like watching these shitty
I
things.
will not watch Teen Titans Go.
But
I'm afraid.
I'm assuming it is going to be shit. And that's
That's
films,
the movies.
guys.
We've spent half an hour talking
we've
about
been
them?
talking to you now for 31 minutes mainly about DC,
Yeah, and Marvel.
Marvel, but
Are you surprised we're nerds?
yeah,
You guys watch us and listen to us
to us
because we're nerds.
because we're nerds. Yeah, so they're the films really that are coming out that we think we should have given a mention to in July. So
Yeah.
Get
Now
going
we're going
to
to
the
pop
cinemas.
into what would be the gaming section.
Also, at the moment, sticking on films, I would heavily recommend, if you have an Odeon near you and you do like going to the films, buying their monthly pass at the moment. It's £18 and it's unlimited usage
For a month.
for a month.
That's not
So
bad.
you can
So
go to
for
the
July.
you could go to the cinema every single day and spend every single day in there and watch every film 50 times over the month, and you wouldn't pay any more than £18.
So especially for
That's
July.
not a paid.
'cause
That's
there's
not a paid
about-
promotion, by the way. It's just because I went to the Odeon recently and I thought that's a fucking good deal.
So for July, especially with the amount of movies we've just gone through, if you're in the UK and have an Odeon, not bad.
Go. To be fair, there's a lot of good films coming out this year.
Yeah,
so
there are.
It would be maybe a worthwhile investment. Odeon have got some really good.
If you know anyone who's got a birthday or want to give them an early Christmas present,
There's a lot of good films coming up. Like I say, it is unlimited usage for the month. You can go and watch the same film all day. You could sit in the same screen all day and not move, basically, all day because you've got.
Well, I
this
don't know.
pass.
When the cleaners come round to sweep up the popcorn, they might ask you to fuck off for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Can you make this bigger? Because I can't fucking
Yeah, I'm
read
going
off
to.
of this.
Right, so
Now we're going on to the gaming what would be the gaming section, but we have not long had, boys and girls, E3 2018, which, for the first time in fucking years, I'm actually excited about because, my God, they released everything we've been fucking wanting since ever.
yeah.
I'll put my teeth back in. These aren't in any, before we get
What
into
I'm
it,
gonna do-
they're
what-
not in any particular order
Of what we
We're
wanna
just
play.
or
So-
even when they were announced at E3. So we're just going to go, this is what Sony announced of what we like, this is what this person announced, and blah, blah, blah. We'll go through, we'll say what we like, say what we think, and we'll also include the link, so if you guys want to go watch any of this stuff, or read about any of this stuff yourself, you can.
As I say, it's on pushsquare.com. The link will be in the description. But yeah, I didn't watch E3 because, to be fair, I
watched bits of it.
I haven't got the time to watch E3.
Well, you know, when I was just sat there and it's like, there's nothing on YouTube, there's nothing on Netflix. It was kind of like, I'll stick on E3 and just listen to them. So we're going to start
with
because
Sony.
it's at the top of the list.
Yeah, Sony. So we've got The Last of Us Part 2. I've not actually played The Last of Us.
I just for you guys who are watching, listening to this, in about 2 weeks, I actually start a Last of Us playthrough.
Sweet.
And that will be going on. If I've done my maths right, that will last me until basically Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. When I will spoil this. When KH3 comes out, guys, there will be nothing else but KH3 until it's finished, except for this podcast. As in, the Monday vlogs won't happen.
He gets a bit of a hard-on when you mention Kingdom Hearts, so
The Tropical
don't talk to
Nightmare.
him about it.
The Tropical Nightmare series not there. It'll be Kingdom Hearts 3 and this podcast. It's not even that. It's that... No, just hear me out. I was a kid when Kingdom
That's
Hearts
what I'm
2
saying. You
came
get a bit
out.
of a hard-on about
And
it.
it's like...
This is why I'm
ready.
dead excited that Crash Bandicoot's coming onto the
don't get me
PC,
wrong.
so I can
Yeah.
blast through it.
Right, anyway, so, Sony, Last of Us Part 2. I'm about to play Last of Us 1. I've seen it played.
Yeah.
I've watched playthroughs of it. I'm assuming
I've seen
gameplay.
parts of it and stuff like that. It is a game I'd like to play, but it's not a game that I want to play that much. I'm going to go out and buy a PlayStation 4.
He might come round and steal mine at some point.
Yeah, I might nick his. Once he's done with it for a couple of weeks, I might nick his, bring it here and blast through shit.
We've got the new Spider-Man game.
The new Spider-Man game, it looks fun. It looks
does.
so amazing, and I know that
You know what it puts me in
it's got
mind
to
of?
come on PC. I don't care about the Xbox. It's got to come on PC.
You know what it put me in mind of? Spider-Man 2, the game.
Yeah.
Where there was web swinging everywhere and
Yeah.
you could fight or you could just fuck about.
This was it. But I really like the Spider-Man games are one of them games that you can, just because you're Spider-Man, you can swing about New York, and they normally every game when it was released, the graphics were always good for the time.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to climb, the Empire State and jump off the top and just wait for him to drop to the floor, because that's what everyone does.
Don't get me wrong, Spider-Man, great franchise. I love it. I'll probably pick it up.
Spider-Man is one of those franchises that will always be around because he's such a likeable character for everybody.
When I was rebranding the channel after it, because for those of you who don't know, the channel did 3 months as a 3-4 months as a co-op channel. Then that got scrapped because I had work, legitimately. That is the reason. I had work. I couldn't afford time to keep going and getting the other person. So I rebranded the channel and relaunched it. And why I was still... Just as I was starting to find my feet, one of the first games I played was Shattered Dimensions. The one where you play as Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man Noir, and Spider-Man Ultimate.
Yeah.
That was one of the first games I played as the channel started to find its feet under the new brand. I loved it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Spider-Man.
So I'm really hoping that they do bring it to PC, because I really want to play this game.
I'll definitely, probably, almost certainly stream it at some point for you guys.
Then we have what everyone for the Res Evil community has been waiting
pissing
for.
about since Resi 1. For fuck's sake, you've got a release date. Leave me alone now.
Res Evil 2 returns to Raccoon City on the 25th of January next year.
It's going to be hyped, but for God's sake, they were pissing like little babies.
The thing is, the reason... Right, I love Res Evil 1, 2, 3, and then I kind of love 4. After that, the games became so arcade-style based, I lost all interest, to be honest. I've played them... Then Res Evil 7 came out.
I was going to say, you liked 7 because you replayed
I was getting there.
Okay.
Then Res Evil 7 came out and turned it into the first-person horror survival that Res Evil 1 would have been amazing as.
Yes.
And
you think if Resident Evil was going to start... Like, we never had Resident Evil. If they were going to do Resi 1 now, it would basically be 7 in the mansion.
Yes.
Right.
And I think that would have been... so much more scary than Res Evil 7. Res Evil 7 had its moments, but I think if you can remember mansion, the jump scares in the mansion, I mean, maybe just because I was a kid when I played it, but then again, I did replay through the remasters and I still jump.
Yeah.
I think that if they was to redo the Res Evil games now, 1 to 3, as first-person horror survival styles as Res Evil 7, it would be a major reboot to the franchise. Now, the reason I liked Res Evil 1, 2 and 3 more was because it wasn't just about running around and killing zombies. There was obviously that element to it, but it was mainly a puzzle game. So you would get to a door, and then it would be like, you need this sort of key. And you'd be like, well, where the fuck's that key? Right, well, this door's no good to me at the moment, but remember where it was.
Yeah.
Right, now run around here. And then, oh shit, there's something. Boom, 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 you're dead. Oh, wait a minute, what the fuck's that twinkling over there? Go over there. Oh, I've picked up a key, but it's not the key I need. It's a key for another door.
Yeah.
And then you pick up an emblem, and then you'd be like, shit, my inventory's full. I need to find a box. And I love that because it was very good at the sort of almost like the realism of how much you could carry.
1, 2, and 3 were puzzle games with survivor horror as a backdrop almost.
Yeah.
0 and 4 were horror survival games with puzzle elements.
With puzzle elements, yeah. And that's
then-
where I started to sort of... I mean, because obviously... the other Resident Evil games that I thought were relatively good, Code Veronica X, because
Yeah.
it followed a very similar play style to Nemesis.
Yeah, and then 5 and 6 were obviously
Very
arcade shooters.
Yeah, very, very heavily induced in the arcade. They tried to bring in this, obviously, this sort of single-player co-op mode, which I liked. It was kind of an alright idea, but then they did that with 4, and obviously I think that's what killed 4, the fact that you were always chasing after that little fucking whiny brat.
Yeah.
Whereas then in 5, they sort of was like, right, well, you can have a teammate, but she'll actually shoot people for you as well. You're like, right, I like this sort of idea, but...
Except when you're playing it in single player, when you're running away from your teammate
Yeah.
quicker than you run away from the enemies, because you get so much as a scratch.
Yeah.
She's running at you with a herb, and you're like, no, I don't need it.
Yeah. So I think that's why I didn't
You
really
welcome the zombies to bite you,
Yeah.
so you've got an excuse for her to use
This
herb.
is why for me 5. I mean 6 was very arcade. It was almost, for me, it was almost top down arcade. It was that sort of play. But then 7 came
You
out.
might as well just play fucking Space Invaders.
Yeah. And then when obviously they did Resident Evil 1, the remaster of the HD remaster, of the remastered, I fell in love with Resident Evil again because I remembered bits, but you didn't remember it all. And you, by God, did not remember it all. And that was really good, and
Yeah.
I love that. Now, with Resident Evil 2, I can't wait because it's that thing again. Resident Evil 1 was really scary. Resident Evil 2 brought it into the city, and it was really...
Well, I played Resident Evil 2 in my own time on an emulator recently. Now, do you remember the start of the game?
Not much. The only thing I can
you-
actually ever remember is the fact that he met Claire relatively early on.
Do you want me to tell you, in the very first bit, do you want me to tell you what it is?
What?
You're basically outside and there's zombies coming at you. You've got nothing.
Yeah.
It took me, and I will readily admit this, half an hour of trying to work out what to do, because I was trying to hit them, look for a gun, look for a knife, look
Yeah.
for a fucking spitball. Know what you meant to do? Leg it.
Yeah. Well,
But
normally.
it took me half an hour
Yeah.
to get, because it just drops you, and you're like, I've got nothing.
You see,
What
that
am I
was the
doing?
thing with Resident Evil 3. They dropped you literally outside of a burning shopping centre with a machine gun. Like, go.
Yeah, but in 2 you have, in 3 you had the machine gun, in 2 you had nothing.
No, yeah,
and
that's
that's
it,
what
yeah.
that's what threw me, because I was like, I don't remember this.
No.
From when I was younger, I don't remember that. What am I doing? Fucking zombies! And I had me
Yeah.
Xbox pad, because obviously I'd emulated it, and I was just like, fucking leg it! And then it was like, oh, wait a minute.
So no, Resident Evil 2,
Coming
I can't,
out.
I can't wait for. What else we got up there?
Death Stranding, that's confusing the fuck out of people. Guys, it's gonna come. They are trying to, they're trying to do with Death Stranding is, you got to remember, they are trying to make a new kind of horror game unlike anything. That takes time. Give them time. Don't worry too much about these teaser trailers, because when you play the game, everything will make sense. And you've also got to remember, Norman Reedus, as well as consulting on this game, as well as being captured for this game in every which way and everything, including his birthday suit, he's also got to do films and TV shows and interviews, and the poor guy probably hasn't seen his family in 6 months.
There's a game coming out, Ghost of Tsushima. It's a samurai style open world game. I'm looking forward to it. It looks really good. The graphics look beautiful, very very cinematic in style.
Yeah.
It looks like it should be a really good game.
One that surprised everyone, Neo 2.
Yeah.
Because no one expected that.
Obviously, you've got the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer was
I'll
introducing Pirates of
talk
the
about
Caribbean
Kingdom
3.
Hearts. I'll talk about Kingdom Hearts at the end, because you'll laugh when you hear this. So let's carry on.
Then we've got, for all you COD fans, Black Ops 3. I'm not really
It's
bothered.
free on the PS Plus now.
Then you've got Destiny 2, The Forsaken, which is adding the next chapter to the game. Now, I'm currently playing Destiny 2. It's taken me a while to want to play it, but then I got it in Humble Bundle, and I was like, yeah, why the fuck not? And I actually really like this Destiny. I think it's really good. It is still a little bit repetitive in places, but you expect that from an online style.
Well, you can either spend money and buy the loot boxes, or
I don't bother, because to be fair, you pick up relatively powerful weapons in this one.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Anyway, moving on. God of War's getting a new game plus, which is good. You know, it's a very good game. The new God of War. This is not God of War. This is God of War. Oh god, I've confused myself now. God of War grabbed a new game plus. Great. Basically, classic games are going to be on the PS4 and PSVR soon.
The one game that is coming out to PSVR, I'm sure everyone by now, if you've got Facebook, has seen an advert for it in some way, shape, form, know how, which is
smoke signals even.
Which is Beat Saber, which is the old style sort of Guitar Hero, the Drum Hero game, but instead you have...
He means a rhythm-based game, guys.
But then this time you have lightsabers, which are your PS Move controllers, and you have to hit the things with the way the arrows are going with the right colour saber. I think it is going to be one of them games that I think it's going to have a boom, because I think everyone is going to want to play it because of the fact that it's, you know, everyone likes these rhythm-based games anyway. That's why Guitar Hero did so well. So I think it's going to be, you know, a really good game. So we're going to move into Microsoft release.
So they did the announcement of the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. That is actually out on the day we're recording this, so it's already out for you guys. It's already on my channel. Go check it out. It's from the same guys who did Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm. My personal opinion, they had nothing to announce at E3 because it's a free game as well. So go play it. It's free on Steam. You might as fucking well. It's free. Even you, knobhead.
Yeah.
And you, Jeremy. That scared any Jeremy listening to this now. It's free. It looks alright. It's going to be a single shot. My personal opinion, though, they had nothing for E3 and went, fuck, get something out the door. So yeah, that's that.
Metro Exodus, I can't wait for. I love the original Metro games. I can't wait for this one to come out. It should be really, really good. Then you've got the next Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I really can't wait for, because since the Tomb Raider reboots since 2013, the games have been beautiful to play. Then we've got Fallout 76. Once again, I actually only recently got involved in the Fallout scene, and I've really liked it. So we'll see how this goes, because
it's the sequel to Fallout 4.
But it's actually a prequel to all the Fallouts, because it's only taking place 20 years after the nuclear war, rather than 100.
Also, you know, rather than call it Fallout 5, that's fucking, they went, hold my beer, iPhone, who went from 8 to 10, and went from 4 to 76. So,
but I think they've
what
done
the
that...
fuck happens in those other 72 games, I don't know.
I think the reason they've gone that is because it's Vault 76, and I think they wanted to call it after the Vault, because it's I think this is supposed to be like,
rather than do what Resident Evil did and call it Fallout 0.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just taking the piss.
I think also with it, I like this because they're doing it as like Fallout 76. That Vault 76 is like the first vault to open.
Yeah.
And it's so early on that there's still a lot of green in the land, which I think is going to make it like a really nice experience.
Ninja Theory announced they've signed exclusively with Microsoft, so until we get cross-playability, they're no longer making PS4 games. We'll see how long that lasts. I won't hold my breath.
Another game I'm really looking forward to, Just Cause 4. It's a really amazing open world, over the top, blow the fuck out of everything game.
And it's the game that you can make a pun out the name.
Yeah.
Because it's Just Cause. A Just Cause.
Yeah.
So,
should be really good. Tales of Vespera Definitive Edition will be coming out as well on PlayStation 4 this year. Obviously, the Kingdom Hearts.
Like I say, I'll touch on that at the end, because I've got a story, and you'll love this.
Dying Light 2. I can't wait for.
Yeah. See, I'm looking forward. Sorry, you missed one. Cyberpunk 2077. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
It looks great. Have you seen it?
No.
It's a cyberpunk game.
Yeah.
Proper cyberpunk. So there's been criticisms all over about there's women with their tits out and all this weird.
Yeah, but that is cyberpunk.
Yeah, and that's what I love. They've gone, fuck your PG bollocks of
this will be
triggered by everything.
This will be a PEGI 18 game, and if any child plays it, it's their own stupid
or the
fault.
parents' fault for buying them. And if you want to whinge, go ahead and fucking whinge, because guess what? we're releasing
We'll do the rock.
a cyberpunk game.
We'll do exactly what Rockstar do and listen to it and then go, okay, we'll step it up for the next game.
Yeah, pretty
Basically.
much. So if there is a Cyberpunk 2078 at any point, or whatever...
And every complaint will have just caused them to go over the top.
So they'll go, oh, you were offended by the women with most of their tits showing. Right!
Here's the boobs and, oh look, flash of pubes. There, that's what they'll
that's
do.
what they'll do. So stop whinging now, and you'll save yourself.
DMC 5 has been announced as well. A lot of people are losing a bit of interest with the Demon game, the Devil games.
Well, I think the problem is that they've released, 4 and 5 are almost... They're now starting to follow the COD thing of, we need to pump out a new game every fucking 12 months, or we're going to lose people. Stop it!
Then we've got a new game from Seacrow, Shadows Die Twice. I've not seen a lot about it, but, you know, there's a lot of games that are coming out soon that are looking so good that I think we're about to re-enter the golden age of gaming.
That's why, for the first time... I mean, we've been running this podcast for 3 years now.
Yeah.
We've never touched on E3, guys, because it's been crap.
Yeah, there's been one or two titles, in which case we go to that one or two title.
And talk about it.
But there's been so much... I now truly believe we had the golden age of gaming way back when, the PlayStation 2, that sort of era.
The Xbox.
The original age of gaming, really.
When it relaunched, because before that you'd not really seen much since when...
The NES. The SNES.
SNES, when basically before the game crash.
Yeah. Basically, gaming was really good in the 90s with the Sega and the SNES, and then it died off again with the early PlayStation, and then the PlayStation 2 came out and reopened the old golden age of gaming. It's
still got the biggest catalogue of games, ignoring the PC.
Ignoring the PC, yeah.
Because let's be honest, everything's made.
And technically mobile, because games on mobile have like a 2-year game life, a lot of them, and then they die off and then are replaced very quickly.
But they've also got a development cycle of like, you can make... I could literally load up a piece of software now and make any mobile game in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They've got such a quick turnaround on development that it doesn't matter.
No.
But the PS2's library was fucking huge.
Yeah. So I now, with the games that are coming out, with the graphics that we now have, I now believe that we're going to hit another point of golden age.
Yeah.
We're going to be basically surviving around PC gaming, which has come back from nowhere, and then with the next gen consoles. I mean, we know the PlayStation 5's being announced soon.
The thing is, what a lot of people are now questioning at the moment is, are they actually going to release an Xbox 2, for argument's sake, and a PS5, or are we just going to see, like, we've had the PS4 Pro, but are we going to see maybe the PS4 Pro Plus and the Xbox One Z, for argument's sake?
Maybe. I think we are. I think by 2020, the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox will be released, or at least announced.
Yeah.
And then I don't think then from 2020, maybe going up to say 2025, maybe 2026, there won't be another console.
Yeah.
They'll just be upgrades of what they already have.
So you're maybe thinking even 2030 before we saw a PS6.
Yes. And I think because...
And we're just spitballing here, guys.
I think...
There could be some major discovery made tomorrow, at which point PlayStation go, get that processor in our PS5 and get it on the shelves.
I think that... Okay, so from 2020, you're going to have GTA 6.
Yeah.
That's already been... there's a lot of theory around it from in-game clues that it'll be around 2022.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that they'll get the next console out based on that, because the GTA games have always been the highest sellers on consoles.
Yeah.
So I think that with the fact that you've got these really big open world games are getting so big now that I think that by 2020 we'll have the next gen consoles and they'll be built to be powerhouses.
Yeah.
Almost to the extent, I think that instead of paying £500 to £900 for the consoles, I think you're going to be paying gaming PC prices for them.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be paying anywhere between £1,200 to £1,800 for depending on which console, because we always know that they do like the PlayStation and the PlayStation Pro, or the
Yeah.
Xbox and the Xbox Elite. So I think that I can see we're going to get to this point where you're going to almost get like the Steam console, where you're going to end up with a gaming PC, because they're already getting to that sort of level now.
Oh yeah.
So I think that that's what the next stage will be. It's basically going to be the Sony gaming PC,
Yeah.
the PlayStation gaming PC, and the gaming PC of home-built DIYers
Yeah.
and whatever else, and then obviously your Alienware.
See, I don't think we'll hit the 1200 mark yet. I think we'll be at the grand mark.
I think we will hit the 1200
Fair
mark.
enough. Well, we'll
I
see,
think
won't we?
Maybe not as base price. Maybe the 12 to 1400 will be the top end price, but I think we're going to get to that stage because of the gaming hardwares and stuff that we're at now. I mean, let's be real. We've been at VR capable PC gaming
For a while.
since the 970, which I have.
Yeah.
Which is VR ready. So
Yeah,
So we've had VR now for at least the last commercially for
Yeah.
at least the last sort of 5 to 6, 7 years. So I think that, I mean, I still think VR is going to die off soon.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll die off by the next consoles. Maybe not the next consoles, maybe the consoles
Yeah.
after, but it's going to die off soon.
Fair enough.
But I think next consoles around 2020, maybe 2021, and then we'll be a stalemate for about 10 years.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Fair enough.
But
well,
moving
see.
on to Ubisoft.
Right, hold on, there's
What?
2 more left
What's
yet.
the-
We've got Skate 4, and for any of you who finally want to know who's better, Goku or Naruto, play Jump Force Combines.
Yeah.
Boom. There we go.
Skate
Right.
4, by the way, hopefully will be good because we've not had a decent skating game since Tony Hawk Skater 2, basically. So hopefully
Right.
we'll be getting there.
Ubisoft.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks sexy as fuck.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie, I'm bored.
But
I'm bored of Assassin's Creed. I'm not going to lie.
no, I mean, I'm not being funny, right? I am a massive Assassin's Creed fan, but for some reason, I didn't really like Origins. Now, I think that's mainly because they've moved away from the original Assassin's Creed format, which, to be fair, I was getting bored with, but I did
They've
like...
gone too far the other way.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think that it looks a lot like Origins, and it's, vast open map
Yeah.
and everything else. But I think Odyssey is going to fix, for me, the problems that I didn't like with Origins.
Well,
So, hopefully, we'll see.
The Division 2 is getting a DLC, a free DLC.
Episodes as well, so that's going to be meaning that you should be getting at least a lot more gameplay.
Yeah, at least. Splinter, blah, 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 blah.
You've got Beyond Good and Evil 2, but the development hasn't really started on it yet.
Splinter Cell remains hidden.
You've got Skull and Bones. Now, Skull and Bones is the game that Ubisoft have created based off the pirate part of Black Flag.
Right.
Because they knew that Black Flag is the biggest selling Assassin's Creed game because of its open world, build a pirate ship and be a pirate
Yeah.
gameplay. Skull and Bones is that part of the game.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to that. Splinter Cell is still being hidden by Ubisoft, but we know it's happening.
Yeah. For Honor is getting an update, and the Crew 2's open beta is now available.
For Honor, I've not actually played
No,
yet.
neither have I.
But it was a game that I was sort of interested in.
Bethesda.
Obviously, we've already talked about Fallout 76, but obviously it is being launched as an open world online multiplayer game, which...
But there is a single player, an actual single player.
So-
Not like when they say Call of Duty with single player.
Yeah.
You can play
It's basically Destiny 2. They're basically following, from what I've seen, they are going to follow the Destiny type of styling, where it's all single player campaign modes, but you can play with your friends and do it.
Yeah.
Which is good, because that's the way it needs to be. They've teased Elder Scrolls 6, but I get this feeling that there's still no plans to do it yet. I think that they've created the trailer to build the hype again.
Do you want to know what I personally think? I think what they've done, they found a director, they found a writer, and what they've then done is they've gone here, have these 5 top dog programmers make us write the story. So they've written the story. They know exactly what's going to happen in Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
They've then gone make a skybox, so something that looks pretty, Because making a skybox you can make look pretty. If you're not going to play in it, you can rape the hardware.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to worry
About
anything.
anything else, yeah.
And they released this, and like it says on here, probably a PS5 game. I'll agree. It might be PS4. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, I think Elder Scrolls 6, GTA 6, these bigger open world games are going to wait for the next gen console, which I think will be around 2020, 2021. Personally.
Fair enough. Right. Doom. Getting
another game. Is it going to be alright? I don't know.
Let's wait and see. Rage 2. Fucking loved Rage. I'm looking forward to Rage 2. It's where Rage needed to go. It's more open world. And it's just going to be packed full of stupidity and silliness, which I love.
Then you've got Wolfenstein Young Blood, which is going to be a co-op 80s spin-off. It should be alright. The other Wolfenstein games have done pretty well for themselves. Fallout Shelter, which was a mobile game, I believe.
No, PS4, look.
No, it launches on the PlayStation 4, but I'm pretty sure it was a mobile game that, PlayStation have liked, basically.
Elder Scrolls Legends, heading towards that.
Because I'm pretty sure Elder Scrolls Legends is also a mobile card collecting game.
Yeah. More content for Prey.
And then the Elder Scrolls Blades, which is a mobile game, is coming to the PlayStation 4 as well. So PlayStation 4 have gone with Bethesda and gone, well, your mobile games are getting a lot of hype, we'll put them on the PlayStation market, basically. EA Anthem, it's looking like it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if EA are going to do it properly and not do a whole other micro purchasing scandal.
Yeah. Unravel 2 has been released.
Battlefield 5 is going to have a Battle Royale mode because Battle Royale is the big thing at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that all these games that are getting these Battle Royale modes are stupid because they're not going to be able to compete with Fortnite.
There's going to be new content for Star Wars Battlefront 2 and basically everything else. I'm just going to edit in something here, guys, for you to listen to.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
There you go. So that was basically what EA did.
One thing I am going to mention about EA, this has nothing to do with E3. Now, if you play on Origin, if you've got an Origin account, or maybe you do the Origins Access account, they're creating Origins Access Premium, which they've not said a lot of details about it yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit more expensive a month. But you will play the new titles completely on release day.
Right.
So you'll pay your monthly thing, but then you will get the new releases on release day and be able to play them as the full game. Unlike what they used to do with Origin Access, where you pay your money, you get to play the games. They're still relatively new, but they've been out for a couple of months. And then you can play the trials where you'll get 10 hours, but you can't play through the whole story mode. They'll make you play the game modes. But they're doing this premium mode, and I think it's going to make it better for EA. I think it's mainly because they are focusing a lot on micro purchasing, which is why they're going to make it so you can just have a monthly access to the games, and then if you want to add to that, they'll make the money off the micro purchasing. But either way, I don't care because it means I'm going to be able to play the new EA games on release day for a monthly price rather than paying 60-70 quid for it.
Fair enough. Right, Square Enix.
Jedi Fallen Order, next Star Wars game coming out, launching late 2019. It better be better.
I'm pretending
with the word Jedi, I'm hoping that they're now going to actually focus more on going back to the old Star Wars games of playing as a Jedi.
Thing is, I promise you, if they fuck this up, they're going to get and they're just going to get, oh, give me back my fucking licenses, you bastards!
Yeah. I think that if EA fuck this up, I can see
Disney is going to rip that Star Wars license off them so quick, their head will spin.
I think they'll give it to Bethesda.
Or someone like Square Enix.
Yeah.
They'll give it to someone who can make a fucking game.
Maybe a co-op between two different gaming developers, which we see quite a lot.
I mean, it could even be something as great as who makes The Witcher? Those developers.
They're independent guys. I think.
But even someone like.
But I would like to see. I mean, Bethesda have got a really good way of doing an open world game, and I think that what Star Wars needs is another single player, maybe with the online capability. RPG, open world.
It's what people want, EA. Learn this.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a brand new version of Knights of the Old Republic that wasn't a mass multiplayer online pay-to-win game. I want to play Knights of the Old Republic 3.
Yeah.
basically. So get on with it.
Right.
Right.
Finally,
Square
Square
Enix.
Enix. Babylon's Fall has been announced.
The Quiet Man makes some noise, which is great. It should be good. Like I say, Shadow of the Tomb Raider for me is going to be another great game. Just Cause 4 will be. Dragon Quest 6. And then, of course, they have to do it. Another Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. Meets Monster Hunter World in crossover event. Fair enough. Right. Now I am going to touch on the Kingdom Hearts 3 because are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Right. 3 days before, or 2 or 3 days before E3.
Yeah.
You know how big Kingdom Hearts is in Japan, right?
Yeah. Massive, but it would be. It's anime.
They had a classic concert where they play the music from Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
And Square Enix could not help but piss themselves. And they announced Kingdom Hearts 3 at this classical concert with the new trailer. So they pissed themselves saying, and give us the release date, 2 or 3 days before E3. So they pissed themselves early.
Yeah.
They've announced there's 2 new worlds confirmed. There's Frozen. I don't like the Frozen movies. However,
The Frozen World will be good.
the mechanics for a Frozen world look phenomenal. And also they have announced there is going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean 3 world. I assume 2 will be mixed in with that as well, because let's be honest, Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 3 were the same fucking movie.
Yeah, they filmed them at the same time.
Also, it looks like everyone's lovely favourite world, Atlantica, might be no more. Because Atlantica was specifically there to put a swimming thing in.
But if they do that with
Pirates... There is confirmed swimming in Pirates. You fucking see Sora swimming in Pirates World. So, I'm... Personally... I don't know anything. I don't have a direct hotline to fucking Kingdom Hearts Development Studios or Square Enix head office. I don't have someone feeding me information. My theory is that this means Atlantica's gone. Because, let's be honest, in 1, it was a ball ache because the swim mechanic was arse. In 2... it was a singing minigame. And we've already had the Ratatouille thing confirmed as a minigame. So, we'll see. It looks like it's basically going to be Kingdom Hearts 2 meets Birth by Sleep in terms of gameplay and combat. And it's also been confirmed, and this was a while ago, that it's the end of the Xehanort saga. We also had Aquanaut confirmed. So, basically, my theory. Sora gets... because Sora has one of the other characters' hearts inside him called Ventus. So we know Terra and Aqua are currently under control of Xehanort. Sora will get bullied into releasing Ventus, who he believes is Roxas. Let's not get too confused. He'll release Ventus. Ventus will go, my friends Aqua and Terra need saving. Ventus will save Aqua and Terra from Xehanort's control. And then at the end we're going to have... what is it now? Sora, Riku, Kairi... Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Ventus, Aqua, Terra, Lee, and I think that's about it, off the top of my head, fighting Xehanort and all his fucking millions of clones, Ansem, Xehanort, fucking every other motherfucker out on the sun, because that is the way that Kingdom Hearts works, and one of them will have to sacrifice themselves, because the power compels you.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I heard one theory, Mickey's the bad guy. No Disney character will be the bad guy, because let's be honest, Pete and Maleficent are the 2 bad guys in Kingdom Hearts, and even they're almost comically bad.
Yeah.
Disney will not let a series that can get as gritty as Kingdom Hearts, because it can, will not let that series say, especially the king, the mouse himself, is a bad guy. Yeah. They will not. Disney will come down on you if you do that. So, yeah, that was the funny thing. Square Enix pissed themselves 2 or 3 days before E3 because they couldn't hold their own fucking excitement.
Well, there you go. Right, we're going to move into the Metro now because we've been rattling your ear off now for about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to run soon.
So we're going to quickly blast through the Metro. So we've got a woman here who's claiming that drinking dog's urine, that's right, dog piss, is curing her acne. I think she's just a dirty bitch, to be honest.
I was going to say, dirty bitch.
She reckons she's getting a natural glow off this urine. She reckons it can even cure cancer. For me, I think
she's a dotty bitch who wants her 5 minutes of fame.
I mean, oh, for God's sake. Oh, no.
We didn't need to see that, Metro. No,
She's drinking it like the Diet Coke adverts almost. Like,
Yeah.
She's like, no. Like,
Well, are you on about that one where the black woman gives it to the old man?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's wrong. Apparently, it was ancient Greeks and Romans that used urine therapy, but the cups of urine that she's drinking, according to modern day experts, have no benefits at all. That doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
And a doctor said urine's pretty sterile if you've not got a problem with the urine thing. Once it leaves the body, however, it's fucked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dutty bitch. Go brush your teeth, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Moving on. Woman's fury after Ryanair cancel flight and rearrange it, leaving her 25 minutes in Lisbon. Now, you knew about this one,
Yeah,
didn't
now
you?
I seen this one yesterday. Basically, this woman had booked a flight, 258 quid's worth of flights to Lisbon for a holiday, basically, for her boyfriend's birthday. She basically she got an email from Ryanair saying that her flight had to be cancelled for some reason, but her new flight details were leaving Glasgow Airport on the 30th of September at 5:30 and arrive in Lisbon at 8:30. Okay, couple-hour flight, that's normal. But then her coming back flight was also on Sunday, the 30th of September at 8:55, and to arrive back in Glasgow at 11:55. The same day. She would literally be in Lisbon, walking through the airport to her return flight to get back home. She wouldn't have a holiday.
No.
She wouldn't even leave the airport. In fact, she wouldn't even potentially even be able to go back on the flight that she's on, the coming back flight, because you have to check in 2 hours before your flight.
Quite a lot of the time in Europe, they allow 30 minutes is the cut-off. So I don't think she could physically make that, because the 30-minute cut-off is you better A, have a damn good excuse, which, don't get me wrong, she would.
She would have a very good excuse.
But at 25 minutes, I think under like travel law, she cannot.
No, she would not be able
Like
to get
even,
on
I
that
don't
flight.
think even the pilot
No.
can, like if he's that late, they kind of have to cancel the flight and rearrange it.
So, basically, I mean, I'm assuming that Ryanair will sort this out, and I'm pretty sure
assuming
they've
they
already have.
I was gonna, if we go down to the bottom,
She was offered a full refund by the airline, however, is now having to look for other destinations due to the increased prices to fly to Lisbon. So basically, she's booked a flight. They've basically double booked it. Ryanair, they've said that they've reduced it from 2 services to 1 service, even though that they've got so many people trying to fly to Lisbon that they've reduced the flights to going out there. That is basically, ladies and gentlemen, a way of making more money, because that way then they can up the prices of those flights and make more money than having 2 flights at cheaper pricing. It's ridiculous, but there you go. For me, I think Ryanair here should have basically done more than just a full refund. They should have made sure that she got that flight to Lisbon when she originally booked it, or at least refunded her and offered her a cheaper holiday to somewhere comparable.
yeah, I mean Ryanair, you're a joke at this point.
I mean, to be fair, we're seeing this a lot from a lot of airlines at the moment, that they don't care about their customers and they care about the money. And that's basically, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the entire travel industry. That's all they care about. They know they can make money off it. Which is why during the 6 weeks holidays of school being off, the prices skyrocket. They're 2-3 times the price that they were 3 weeks before.
That's why caravan parks and Butlins and hotels in Britain and all their prices are going up, but not because they want to necessarily, but they have to keep up with demand.
Yeah.
Because this shit's happening, so we can't afford to go on Spain like we used to when we were kids. Your mum would take you for a week in Spain, and she'd think nothing of it because it was only, 300-400 quid?
Yeah.
For a family of 5.
Same sort of money as it would be to go and spend a week at Skegness in a caravan with passes to go into Butlins or whatever else, or even staying at Butlins, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think that Ryanair, they're ridiculous and they should have done more.
Yeah.
For that.
You need to sort your shit out.
We're going to move on. A French priest, I'm pretty sure everyone has seen this by now. 89 years of age. A baby was crying during its baptism and wouldn't shut up, so he decided to slap it. Full force. Which obviously, what do you think that's going to do to a crying baby? I'll tell you what it does. Makes them cry fucking more, mate. And quite clearly you can see that there's a man there who's then going to try and wrestle the baby off the priest, that he does. That priest has now been, as they've said, forced into retirement.
You know, if that had been my kid, mate,
If
he'd
that
have been forced into a fucking coffin.
Right, now let's say that was happening at a school. That teacher wouldn't have been forced into retirement. They'd have been sacked, sued, imprisoned, right? Why the hell hasn't this 89-year-old priest been, all the same? It doesn't make sense. And it's really fucking wrong. And for me, I think that it just shows you that realistically, there is still a major separation in most countries between church and state.
Yeah.
And that is the issue.
But if that had been your kid, that priest would have needed a coffin.
That priest would have been smashed in the face.
Like I said, that priest would have needed a coffin, not a fucking retirement.
Okay, something... no, in fact, we'll leave that one.
We'll leave that one
till
the end. Dangerous new craze of opening car doors as they're moving.
So basically, teenagers are waiting for cars to be driving past, and they're opening doors while the car is moving. So that way then, obviously, the car then has to stop. This can cause a major fucking accident, as well as the people that are doing it could get seriously injured. They could grab it, get something caught and be dragged along by the car. They could grab it, it could wrench their arm out the socket. They could get hit by the car in question. All of these things are just proving that people currently in society are so fucking stupid that... I mean, even we didn't do... I mean,
we were dumb.
We were dumb. We'd play chicken with cars. You know, you'd stand and wait in front of a car, but you'd still jump out the way when the car was a good 20 yards away.
I was going to say, like, the car had no fucking chance of hitting you because, let's be honest, none of us were that brave.
But I just don't understand
Opening the car door, it's... What are you thinking?
I mean, they're risking so much now in terms of the amounts of accidents they could cause. You know... This is just wrong and plain stupid, and people need to grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Basically,
it's a joke, and honestly, when one of them gets killed,
it won't stop them.
No,
it won't stop them because people are still taking
it
part
won't
in
happen
this
to me.
In this fucking stupid, what is it, Blue Whale game or something on Facebook?
Blue Whale,
where they're killing themselves.
Oh,
on Facebook.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I missed that one. Fucking idiots.
Right.
So now to end it off.
End it off with something that I believe is the biggest crock of bullshit that I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. And this is just another way for lazy ass bullshit stupid parents to pass the blame off on somebody else. Gaming addiction, or as they're now going to call it, gaming disorder. Now I get it, people like to sit and they like to play video games, and if it's a good game you will become entrapped in that game for hours. We've seen it with World of Warcraft, we've seen it with other games, you know, CODs, everything else. The current big gaming craze at the moment, as we all know, is Fortnite. Now I've seen...
2 weeks?
Huh?
What's going on in 2 weeks?
Yeah, exactly. Now,
for those of you who don't know, a fortnight in the UK is 2 weeks.
Yes.
The Americans don't have that.
Canadians do.
Canadians do, but the Americans don't, which is why when you say that to an American, you just see the look of...
Yeah.
What?
So, with Fortnite, that's currently the big game that apparently is getting a lot of people obsessed with it and they can't come off it. And one of the main stories I've seen where the parent is blaming this gaming disorder, with air quotes, is an 8-year-old girl was playing on this game for 8-9 hours a day, consistently, and wouldn't even go to the toilet and would wet herself. Okay, now, any parent should have the knowledge to turn around to their kid and go, get the fuck off that console, go to the toilet. You're not playing on that console for more than 1-2 hours, full stop. Okay?
I mean, that when I was a kid and I had the PS1, I got 2 hours after, basically, I get in from school, and this was when Pokemon was still on the telly at a normal fucking time. I could watch me Pokemon, then I'd do my homework, have my tea, and then I can't remember, I think it was 2 hours, I could do what I wanted. I could watch TV, I could go on the PlayStation. That were it.
Yeah.
On the weekend, I never needed telling because I did it anyway, but it was basically I got a couple hours in the morning, watch the morning Saturday cartoons, then go and play. Go and be with your
Yeah.
friends, knobhead. And then when I came back in the evening, because obviously you're a kid, it gets dark, you're not allowed out. Again, 2-3 hours on the console. Or telly, or whatever. Normally I'd split it. But do that, you dumbass parent.
It's just getting to be one of these really stupid type things where basically kids are do what kids do. They like to play games, right? But it's the parents that need to step up here. And yeah, I mean, you know, kids are going to fight about not wanting to come off the consoles. However, if they would step up and be a proper parent, they would get them off the console. They would make sure that they were going out, they were doing other these things. I think that realistically, this gaming disorder is another way for parents to become lazy ass motherfuckers and blame something else for their kids not doing as they should be doing. And for me, I think it's a fucking shame that once again we are living in a world where
planes won't fuck off for an hour.
Where, you know, we've got this lazy parental society that everything has to be labelled, everything has to be somebody else's fault, and realistically it needs to fucking stop.
It does.
Gaming addiction may be a real thing, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, what, you want that one?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's got to be a point where people wake the fuck up and realise I'm the parent. I've got to make sure my kid ain't doing this. And
it's not even the case of them not playing. It's Fortnite. It's an 18 game, guys.
Realistically, no, I don't think it is.
It is.
Is it? I thought it was Peggy 16.
It's either 16 or... But either way, 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's not a game for 10-year-old kids, guys.
No, and I get that it was done... I get that Fortnite was drawn in a more cartoony style for younger children.
Yeah.
In a way. A younger adult audience. But this has got to stop. I'm sorry, it's got to stop.
Yeah, stop blaming video games for your shortcomings, because your shortcoming is you don't want to or don't know how to raise your kids.
Yeah.
And so you plonk them in front of the telly or the PlayStation or the Xbox or the PC or whatever the fuck it is and go, here you go, Timmy, play this cartoony looking game.
Yeah, and then, you know, 8 hours later you realise Timmy's not moved, but why is it taking you 8 hours to realise?
Yeah,
why haven't you been checking on your kid?
Because I tell you why, you've been on your phone on Facebook, Hoonipop, not Hoonipop, what's the mobile game that's popular?
I don't really know, Candy Crush.
Candy Crush, because you've been on Candy Crush, on Facebook, on Twitter, talking to your mates, arranging your Friday night when you're going to go out and drink enough fucking Panda Pops or whatever it is that you fucking drink when you go out to fucking drown a whale, and you can't be bothered.
Yeah.
So if you can't be bothered, don't have fucking kids, you dumb shit.
Right. And that's been the bearded opinion.
Yeah.
And
stop being lazy parents.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next month, relatively the same time and place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.